All right, so we're at the next segment here, and we are going to be talking to Johnny Knight. So before I bring him into the show, Jane, I want to read a little bit about this guy, okay? So I'm going to read his bio
He's
to you
done
guys.
amazing. He
It
really
is
has done
awesome.
amazing.
Flat out amazing. So here it is. Johnny Knight finished his full first year in 2019, ranked number 4 in the state of West Virginia for Century 21, closing 36 units and just under 7 million in volume. First year.
Yeah.
Fast forward to 2020, he sold 67 units and just under 14 million in volume. Recently awarded the 2020 Realtor Rookie of the Year for his local board and is currently ranked number 3 in the state. He contributes his success to strong leadership and his ability to adapt to the circumstances put in front of him. So, obviously so, right? He enjoys mentoring new agents since he's still fairly new himself, along with bringing value to everyone he comes in contact with. I will say, getting to know Johnny, he is absolutely that last sentence for sure. He has volunteered his time and he is speaking to agents almost every single day, it seems like. Every time I pop into anything on our workplace group, there's Johnny. There's Johnny being interviewed, talking about what he's done, you know? So let's go ahead and bring Johnny in. Johnny, come on in, buddy. Hey, Johnny.
Hey, thank you, Adam, Jane.
Yeah, welcome to the show, man.
Yes, definitely. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, you are most welcome. Thank you for taking the time to come on here and share some just insights about, Johnny and who you are and all the above, man.
Yes, sir.
So real quick, man, just kind of walk us through the journey that led you to getting into real estate. What was that? What led you from what were you doing originally to now you're now full-fledged into real estate?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, so my story actually began at the Martinsburg Sprint store. I have a background in telecommunications. So I had been there for about 6 or 7 years. And the biggest complaint I used to always get from one of the managers there, and he didn't mean any harm or anything. He just said I took too long with my clients. And me taking too long with my clients was a matter of me building relationships. I had clients that would stand in the store all day just waiting for me to service them. And it led to future business because they'd refer their friends and their family because of the customer service that I provided. Well, all good things always come to an end. And as I was transitioning out of sales, I knew I wanted to go into either car sales or into real estate. And real estate, when I had kind of looked at that and talked to like a real good friend of mine, he had told me that it's all about building relationships. And I knew that was that was my calling. I love building relationships. I love networking. I love bringing value to things that I come across. And I just naturally transferred into that mindset. And I went into there. My broker, Rick Boswell, is phenomenal. And he allowed me to kind of shadow after him.
Yeah, I think you kind of hit it right there. Relationships, right?
Yes, sir.
So when you first went into real estate, what types of fears and emotions did you have going from what appears to be a pretty lucrative job for you where you had repeat business to transferring into real estate?
Well, the biggest thing for me was my leap of faith. And I don't encourage any new agent to do this, but I jumped in there like feet first, head first. I wanted to be 100% dependent on being successful in real estate. So I went in it full time. I didn't really prepare financially for it, but I knew that if I didn't make it in real estate, I wouldn't make it in general. I had family responsibilities. I have a wife. I have a kid. Now I have another kid. But I just wanted to be 100% dependent on being successful in real estate because failure was not going to be an option for me. So I just gave it my all, and I've been blessed to have, as I mentioned in the overview, strong leadership that they guided me and kind of gave me that extra push and that motivation I needed to be successful.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's really good. So just to the audience and the viewers, we will have a little Q&A at the end. For anybody that wants to ask Johnny any questions, we go through this, feel free to do so. And right now we're just going to continue this conversation. So Johnny, thank you. I think you're dropping some really just key points, how important it is to actually surround yourself with other strong leaders, other people that actually understand what this industry is about and what they've done and how they've done it and how big of a key that is even into your success. I mean, you mentioned your broker and relationships and all that. I mean, that is absolutely a key. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that, they get into a brokerage that really just doesn't have that same environment, that correct environment that actually fosters them to grow. So I think you're wise in saying that is a value for sure, and that's something agents out there should be looking for. They should be looking for a brokerage that has that strong leadership, that understands the real estate industry, and is always adapting and changing. And I appreciate you mentioning that. So what would you say is like? Oh, go ahead.
I think I saw an interview where you had some of your leadership people with you, and they commented about how one of the best things was anytime they said, "Hey, you should go do this," you were right out there doing it, and that says a lot about you and your drive to make this work.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. With me personally, it's like I'll never want to try to reinvent the wheel. So it's like I surround myself with successful people, and it's like I pretty much just try to imitate their business practices. I know a lot of times agents, especially new agents, when we first get in the business, the first thing they want to know about is like how much they're going to make and what their commission split, and they get commission breath, as they say. And I know my biggest thing is I never even asked. I went there because of the leadership. I went there for the mentorship. I wanted to have a strong foundation. I think that's what really kind of set me apart, because I wasn't trying to focus on money. I wanted to build relationships. I wanted to learn the business.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's good. So let's transition a little bit, Johnny. What would you say is the biggest challenge for real estate agents currently, like going into 21? I know you're relatively new, but what do you think that agents really should be addressing? What challenges do you think they face right now?
Right now, the times that we're in, especially with COVID, it's very challenging for a lot of agents, new and experienced ones. And the biggest challenge, I think, is a lot of people are scared of adapting or being uncomfortable. And my thing was I always wanted to be comfortable being uncomfortable. I tried to do different things that would bring, I guess, different ideas out there. I wanted to be creative. A lot of times when we were first licensed, and I apologize, a lot of times what happens is new agents and new people, when they get into real estate, we expect these opportunities to just try to drop in our lap. And with me, what separated and what I encourage other people to is like we have to look for these opportunities. And if you can't find them, you have to create them. So I think that's the biggest thing is there's opportunities to do real estate, to bring value, to help people all around us. We just have to take advantage of it and just be adaptable.
Mm.
So Johnny, what skills would you say a new agent should be focusing on, or where do you think they should put their efforts and attention for this year?
As far as their efforts and their attentions, I think they should focus on just personal development, just learning, especially if they're slow in their business. They need to focus on things that are going to be productive, things that are going to help them kind of figure out what skill sets and things that they need to do to improve. A lot of times people sit around and they just wait, but those are opportunities where you can actually learn and pretty much go back to the drawing board, see what you could have did better, always analyze what you're doing. I know me personally, it's like I always, after every transaction, I take and review it, and I think of how I could have been more efficient, how I could have did it better, how I could have made it smoother, and then I implement it. And that's the biggest thing. It's like a lot of people, they learn things, they hear things, but they don't execute. And I think
that's good.
That's the key, is you have to just do it.
I think that's a good point where you were saying, use that time to get education and to kind of set your systems in place so that, when things do pick up, it makes your life easier. If you, have analyzed what's the best thing to do, what's the next step, how to do this better.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think that's all very good points. I do agree. Yeah, it kind of leads me to the next question too. I've noticed that the longer you're in real estate, you drift away from that, the way you used to do it when you first got started, right? You were a little hungrier, so you're willing to go out there and kind of do the things that made you uncomfortable. And then when you started having some success, you kind of transitioned over to that idea that I can spend some money to bring in the leads, and you stop prospecting as much. And then after you stop doing that, then you start overcomplicating the whole entire process. And it just becomes this mess of trying to generate leads, and you're trying to chase the next, where do I get these leads, and this new opportunity or this new tech and all this kind of stuff. So I guess my question to you is, are you seeing that as well with the agents you're kind of engaging with? Do you think they're overcomplicating this a little bit? And if so, your success, 67 transactions, right? 67 closed units. That is a lot. And a lot of experienced agents don't even hit that. So what is it that you have seen that, and what advice would you give an agent's been in this for a long time? Like what kind of basic things can they go back to doing to have those kind of results?
Yeah, well, you nailed it. Just keep it simple. A lot of times, like you said, exactly, people overcomplicate things. My business, my success has been a contribution of building relationships. People do business with those that they know, they like, and they trust. And if you earn someone's trust, you earn the right to sell to them. So that was the biggest thing that I always focused on, even when I was in telecommunications. I'd focus on the relationships. If you focus on the relationships, the transactions naturally will come. I had a lot of my success. I never paid for leads. I never door knocked. I never cold called. I just genuinely brought value to people, and in turn, they brought value to me through business, through referrals, and that's the biggest thing I think with a lot of agents is we just have to simplify things. It's like do what works for you. Do what's comfortable. Everybody has something. Everybody has a skill. Everybody has a gift. And if you focus on those and you work, if you're like the best person when it comes to talking about HVAC, talk about HVAC. If you're the best when it comes to talking about windows, talk about windows. Find what you're comfortable with and work on it. It's like me personally, I build relationships. I always tell people I don't sell houses, I sell me. It's like if you want to buy a house, you're going to buy a house. Just like if you want to buy a car. But it's my job to get you to use me as your agent. So what I do is I focus on just helping people, being genuine. I'm being very transparent. It's like even when it comes to social media, everything I do is public. I want everybody to see me. I want to be relatable because people do business with those that they relate to. So I just try to just be that person where if you think real estate, I want you to think Johnny Knight.
There you go. Well, you kind of mentioned it really good there. Skill, right? It's like talent and skill. We live almost in a society where we're trying to replicate other people's skills and make it our own because it works for them. And there's that idea, and you see it a lot in the younger generation on like Instagram. They're trying to mimic and be these influencers. And they're mimicking other influencers instead of just being themselves. And you see that in real estate. It's like you don't have to do it the way the other person does it. What you do, you're right. You need to emphasize the abilities that you have and the skills that you have and build on those and make that your voice. And that's where you're going to find the most amount of influence. I think that was really well said, Johnny.
Definitely. Yeah, you have to be authentic because when you're not genuine and if it comes off fake, people are going to call you out. And it's very important, especially when you live in like a small community like where I live. I live in Martinsburg, West Virginia. There's not a lot of people. It's like a lot of times my coworkers, we're all intertwined and we're working with the same clients sometimes. So it's like you have to be genuine. You have to be yourself, and it's going to help you stand out.
So
Man,
Johnny, in your process of the things that you do you have any daily activities? What's your daily planning, prospecting kind of thing look like?
Honestly, it's like my process is so different because it's like I don't like sit down and say, okay, I'm gonna make 300 calls or I don't do that. I just literally just go out and I just help people. I find value in doing things and I just try to share stuff. I'm pretty active on social media. I just try to be the connector. I want to be the source of the source. And I just genuinely interact with people. My sphere of influence is my social media. And as a new agent, like I was telling Adam prior to this interview, that there's things that I still have to work on myself. It's like me personally, I'm not a big CRM person. And it's like I found success without doing it. It's just that there's systems that I need to put in place now because I found that, hey, it's like being my genuine self. I bring value to people. I get business. Now I have to make it a little easier and simplify it even more by getting organized. So
that's good.
those are things that I need to work on. But as far as when it comes to like a system, I don't really have anything set out that I necessarily do. I just I interact with people. I just try to make as many relationships as I can. The more relationships you have, the more opportunities you have. And in doing that, it's worked. And it's like one of those things. It's like if it's not broken, don't fix it. So I just keep repeating it.
I think that was good, man. You said, more relationships, right? I mean, more connecting and stuff. That, man, well said. That's absolutely what it is, man. The more you get yourself out there, the more people you connect with, and you're leveraging social media mainly for that. That's where you're gaining your influence. Am I correct?
Yes. Yep.
So that
So
that would be something you do daily, right? I mean, like how frequently do you post to your social media?
I just honestly, I just post whenever I feel like it, and it's one of those things where every post isn't even about real estate.
Right.
It's like it's just a lot of people, they'll get on there and it's like, okay, hey, they want to tell people a market forecast. The consumer doesn't care about that. They'll do like market forecasts. They'll do things as far as I don't know, just bring value is the biggest thing you have to do is just bring value. Talk about what the people care about. And then something else that I found that works as well is just being out there in the community. Right now, it's a hard time for a lot of businesses. And as real estate professionals, we are considered public figures. It's like we have a platform, we have a voice. So I use my voice to help grow other people's businesses. I'm sure there's probably some that's listening on this call today that we network and we talk and we see how we can help each other. It's one of those things where when you help other people, it's like naturally they're going to help you. And it's a genuine friendship. I always say I don't have clients, I have friends. I got a lot of friends.
Yeah.
And what happens is we just help each other. It's like there's enough business to go around for everybody. And I think when you form those relationships, even when it comes to like relationships, a lot of people think, hey, the relationships are important just with your clients. It's not. It's your clients, it's the other agents, it's your brokers, it's the lenders, the appraisers, the home inspectors, everybody. So in building those relationships, it's really going to set you apart. And I encourage any new agent to do that. Just make friends and interact with people. I don't ever have to take and prove to anybody that I'm trying to earn my commission. It's like I just do my job. It's like as a job, as a realtor, is we bring buyers and sellers together. That's exactly what we do. So it's my job to hold deals together. It's my job to problem solve. My job to get people through the biggest transaction of their life.
Man, that's good. Hey, got a question here for you too from Christy Estep. She says, where did Johnny find his marketing worked best or where his money was best spent trying to get his name out there as a new agent? What do you think, ma'am?
All right. So as a new agent, the best thing that I did, and it was very memorable, I think, but my broker allowed me to do a broker open house when I first got in. And that broker open house got my name out there, not necessarily to clients, but out there to new agents and existing agents. So I did that, and my father, he passed away back April of last year. But my father, he made some of the best barbecue, and I had my dad cater it. I had my mom assist, and we just threw a big party pretty much for agents. I didn't try to sell anything. I'm like, hey, I'm Johnny Knight. I'm a new guy. It's like, here's a house you guys can check out. But ultimately, we just wanted to build relationships and network. I think that kind of
is awesome.
Set me out. And then also, just as far as I'm trying to think of the question again, as far as marketing where it was best spent, I didn't spend. It's like the only thing I spent was my time, and time is money. But that's what I did, and I found that it worked best just in the community. Get involved. A lot of people are scared to be involved with their local board. I love my board. I can't always make the meetings, which I apologize anybody that's listening, but it's because we get busy. But when you can, just be involved, be a voice. It's like your voice does matter when it comes to things that are going on in your community. And then even if you can't do it, encourage people. And it's like something else that I found is just get my name out there is when I learn something, I don't keep it to myself. I share it. So that helps as well. So it's like now I have agents from other brokerages that reach out to me. My brokerage isn't even really a recruiting brokerage, but we have agents and different people that reach out to me because they see that I'm having success, and all I'm doing is mirroring exactly what my broker did for me. It's like it brought value to me. It's like he didn't ask me to come work for him. I said, hey, I want to work for you. And that was because of the reputation he had. So I literally kudos to him, Rick Boswell, like he's the man.
That's awesome.
It's like I'm very appreciative and grateful for the opportunities that have been set before me.
That's cool, man. That's awesome. Well said. Walk us through your prospect to close system, just for the people here. How do you acquire the majority of your leads? How do you convert those leads? All that.
Okay. All right. So the majority of my leads comes from social media. I will make posts and stuff that would be engaging and then I bring value. So it's like I get the communication going, and then I bring value. I try to find out what people want, what they need, what's most important to them. I want to know their why. And in doing that, what I do is I start to separate them as far as their motivation, how active they are, if they're serious about this. And then I kind of separate it in the sense that I just I don't really do drip campaigns. I'm hands on. I like to have those conversations myself. I don't send automated messages. If I message you, it's me. So what I do is I have those real genuine conversations. I get to know what people want, and as a result, it's like that's exactly what I do. And it's like I'm so grateful for even the people that do surveys and reviews for me. It's like you would think I pay them to write these things because it's like I can't say it any better, and it puts a big old smile on my face because I really have people that are supporting me, and they're just wowed and they're pleased, and all I'm doing is doing my job. I'm doing what I just assume that everybody's doing. So that's what I do. But I just, as far as my from prospecting, bringing value to people, helping people out, I do exactly what they're expecting of me. I always try to think of my experience when I purchased, and it's like things that I liked about how that was done and things I didn't like. And then I just try to see how I can do my job better in bringing value to people. I help them out. And then at the end of the day, we all can rejoice together that, hey, you purchased a house. It's like, now let's celebrate. And then I don't just end the conversation right there. It's like I stay in contact with my clients. A lot of people, and it's proven that a lot of agents, after the sale, that's it. They don't talk to their clients, and their clients think, okay, hey, they're done. I want people to reach out to me. If you have a problem, reach out to me. I have resources. I'm here to help you. It's like, and I think that leads to future business as well, because they know that they're not just a transaction. This is
absolutely not just a number.
Yep, not a number.
So,
Yeah,
Johnny,
that's
is
good.
there anything you do specifically to help build your referral business with the amount of transactions that you do? Is that something that's happened naturally or something that you have to kind of seek out and help with to get that referral business?
It happens naturally, and it goes back to just the value and stuff. Like when people are pleased and they're satisfied and they're happy, they want to tell somebody. And that's what naturally happens. It's like, think about it. You go to a restaurant and you love it. You enjoy the customer service. You enjoy the presentation, everything. You're going to tell a friend about it. So that's what happens. And in a sense, you kind of create raving fans. You have people, and I have people that I'm so grateful for in my community where they always share my stuff. They always will say, hey, if you want to buy a house, call Johnny. And I've never even sold them a house. So that's I guess that's the value of building these relationships and just being a helpful person, and being genuine with it. And I wish it was some magic formula or something I can say where it's like, okay, hey, do this or post this so many times. But it's like you just have to naturally build relationships.
I think you kind of hit it, man. It's being genuine about relationships. It's about people. It's not a formula. People are not formulas. And people are the same all around the world. So the way we interact, the way we serve, the way we help, it's exactly the same. We all engage the same way. So you're right, man. It's literally about that. That is what it's about. That is key. Quit looking for that system that just solves all the problems and just be real. That is so good, man.
Yep.
So good.
And it goes across any platform. Like you said, it's universal. So I don't care what business it is. It's like, apply those methods, build the relationship. A lot of people take the interest, and it's funny because even when I was pushing to hit my goals, and I got distracted slightly because I started looking at my numbers, because I don't look at my numbers. I just sell. I don't say, okay, hey, I had this many under contract or whatever the case is. It's like I just do it. And when I got distracted for a moment and I started looking, it's like, okay, man, I'm almost at Centurion. My goal was not to hit Centurion this year. My goal was to hit Emerald, which is like the second tier of Masters awards. And it's like I wasn't paying attention. Before I knew it, I was at Diamond. And then it's like, okay, man, I'm close to Centurion. And I got distracted for a little bit. And then my broker had brought me back to reality. He said, Johnny, just do what you're doing. Focus on the relationships. Don't look at the units. And if you get it, you'll get it.
It's good. That's good.
Kind of takes some pressure off too if you're not, I'm two away, I'm one away.
Oh, yeah.
So, Johnny, we're coming towards the end here. So we're going to do just some quick little rapid fire questions at you, just some one little bites, and then we'll pop in a couple questions from some people watching. So real quick, here we go. Number one accomplishment so far in real estate.
Oh, 2020 Realtor Rookie of the Year.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned so far?
Well, after I lost my dad in April, and then I had my daughter in August of 2020, life's too short. And it's like, don't hold on to grudges. And I don't know, 2020 was a rough year. So I'd say, and I know it's supposed to be short, but just life's too short. Just don't hold grudges and just go out there and just be the best person you can.
Love more, forgive often, right?
Yes, sir.
What tech app can you simply not live without? Tech or app or anything?
Oh man, right now I'm addicted to Clubhouse, and if anybody's on there, look me up at symbol call J Knight. I feel like I'm going to a conference every day, and it's like I love going to conferences. I love intermingling and meeting people that are like-minded, because it's like you always want to surround yourself with top performers. If you're going to excel, it's like you never want to be like the smartest person in the room. So I love learning. I love educating. That's the thing that a lot of top producers do, is they never stop learning.
Yeah, that's right.
What are your goals for 2021?
2021, I want to service and help 80 families.
80.
Awesome, man. That's a good one. I like even the way you phrased that. All right, here we go. So Tanya Foster says, that's absolutely true. Haha, he helped me a lot. So she's giving you some kudos there, man.
Thank you, Tanya.
And then we've got a question here. Do you continue to make mistakes? And if so, how do you bounce back from them and still look confident to your clients?
Man, I make mistakes every day, Moy. And Moy is actually my videographer, so shout out to Moy.
It's awesome.
Social media connections. He's awesome. But yeah, so as far as making mistakes, I make mistakes all the time. I make mistakes that don't go noticed a lot of times, but what I do is I learn from them and I instantly try to fix them, and I own up to them. That's the biggest thing. You have to own it. If you make a mistake, own it and let somebody know, because it's like we're all imperfect. It's going to happen. And my broker says all the time, hey, when people say, oh, that never happened to me, you haven't been doing enough real estate. It's like, if you do enough real estate, it's going to happen to you.
That's true. Well said. Well, Johnny, that's all the time we have, man. I definitely want to say thank you so much for coming on the show. And, you know, hey, the door's always open for you to come back. If you're ever interested, just reach out, let me know. We'd love to have you back on here. It's been awesome. Thank you again so much. Good knowledge. Just love it, man.
Yes. Thank you
Good
for
stuff.
the hospitality, guys.
All right, man. We'll catch you later.
All right. Take care.
See ya. Great interview.
Yeah.
He's genuine.
He is.
He's genuine. And I think to summarize it, I think that's it. He's genuine with the people he serves, and he's 100% focused on relationships and just keeping it simple.
Yeah.
Just keep it simple.
He made such a good point. He joined Century 21 where he is right now because his leader was the same. He was genuine. He was helpful. He was encouraging. He was all of those things. And now Johnny has become all of those things for other agents as well. So it's kind of like the passing down kind of thing. And you know, if you're that type of person, people want to be around you. You know, they simply want to be around you. And I think that's a big part of his success.
Yep. I think you're right. Awesome. It was good.